afternoon and welcome to Abia 5-Point Agenda and Abia State's weekly program that takes a look at the activities of the state government in meeting with the 5-point agenda of Governor Okezie Ikpeazu's led administration. With me here today is a Crown Prince. May we get to know you?
Prince George Maxwell of Kanu.
Okay, today we are talking about the 1 day in office of the first female governor of Abia State. To you, how do you see this as a youth?
Indeed, it was quite surprising and a welcome development when I heard the news yesterday about Lady Joy Ezeagu, that's right. Hearing that the governor had really sworn her in for 24 hours to really get a taste of what it's like to run the state affairs, and I think it's really good. It brings back to mind an incident in South Africa during the reign of Nelson Mandela. He actually let one of the opposition leaders to run the country for, I think it was a day or a week, thereabouts. So it's a really good thing to do here. You know, a lot of people and the masses feel that, you know, with the challenges that every new administration faces, you find that there's this kind of disconnect. Most people don't understand what it really entails to channel all the affairs of the state in the most productive way for the benefit of all. So I feel that this young lady having that opportunity to see things firsthand, she's going to, of course, take the tale of her experiences to her peers and the masses in general. And it's something like this should be replicated, not just here, but in other states. It's a good development.
Okay, to you now, what's your advice to other young ones in terms of tapping from this girl's great knowledge?
Good, very good question. Now, obviously, she had a channel that she had to go through to be given this opportunity. And that, number one, starts from knowing who you are, where you come from, know your history, the history of your state, and the current affairs. We have to be really adept on what is going on around us, both in our state, the country, and the world. Because at the end of the day, our destiny really is in our hands. And despite what the efforts of whichever administration is in power, the people are the ones who basically handle their progress day to day. And for that to happen, they have to be aware of everything that's going on. They have to, because knowledge is power. The knowledge that they have will help them in pulling together their efforts in a more coordinated manner.
Okay, what about the governor of the state who actually allowed a young lad to really come up to take such a position for him to really engage his office to a young girl? So what do you think about him?
Dr. Okezie Ikpeazu, in fact, I'm really quite impressed with not just this development of the 5-point agenda and appointing this young lady yesterday to be governor for 24 hours, but other efforts of his, for example, in the Made in Abia campaign.
Okay.
That is something that is really dear to my heart as co-founder and creative director of GBOriginal creators, as well as vice president of Gerobond International. Now, the Made in Abia campaign is really important for the fact that, take for instance, look at Made in China. Made in China products are everywhere. People know China today as the factory of the world. But not everyone knows or is willing to acknowledge the fact that the city of Abia for more than half a century has been practically the factory of Nigeria, Africa, and dare I say it, the world. Unfortunately, when products are made here and of astounding quality, if I might add, these products are relabeled, in the case of shoes, as made in Italy, whereas they're actually made in Abia, just to gain patronage from both the locals and the international market. And this is really bad. So I really commend His Excellency, Dr. Okezie Ikpeazu, for the effort he's making to bring the Made in Abia brand to not just the local indigenous people, but to the international audience. And to support that effort, I want to reach out through this medium to the people of Abia State and Nigeria to really begin to look inward. We have to begin to patronize our locally manufactured goods because, frankly speaking, even foreigners testify to this. They're of a world-class standard. And there's no reason why we shouldn't love ourselves and love the fruit of our creative ingenuity.
You know, for someone looking at your hair and everything that concerns you, one might even think that you are a black American. Are you actually an Igbo?
You know, I hail from Imo State, although I was born in the city of Abia. My family is quite an illustrious family. My grandfather, His Royal Highness Dr. Kanu, is one of the founding industrialists of the city of Abia. In fact, he owns the tallest office building in Asar Road. That is the Osuala house. And you know, Abia is really dear to my family. And so that these efforts that the current governor is making are really, really commendable. We really see that this must be encouraged and promoted. Yes, I am wearing clothes that were made in the city of Abia,
yes.
you know, by the skilled tailors that we have there. And you know, it's a thing of pride. You know, when you see a man or a woman walking down the street and they're oozing confidence from every pore of their body, you find that people want to be associated with that man or woman. That's just how life works. When we begin to take pride in the things that we make, the things that our brothers and sisters around us make, the world will want to be associated with that because they see us carrying these things with pride and confidence. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so very much. You've heard it all from the horse's mouth. And that's it from this corner, the personality corner of Abia 5-point agenda. I still remain yours sincerely, Linda Osuala, reporting.